3 weeks down, but the focus on Oscar Pistorius remains as bright as ever. June Steenkamp also returned to court this week for the first time since the opening day of the trial. But most of the testimony and evidence was just too difficult for her to face. Amongst the photos taken by Warrant Officer van Staden, pictures of a bloodied Pistorius, taken in the hours following the shooting. Perhaps one of the most telling pieces of evidence this week came from Captain Mgena, a ballistics expert who told the court there must have been a pause after the first bullet was fired. The prosecution argues that would have given Reva the chance to scream.
After the infliction of a wound mark, the wound on the hip, she fell down on top of the magazine rack. She's in a seated position, the position that I'm referring to as the defensive position. It's like if you see in its position, the wound on the left hand, just between the two fingers, bullet perforated here, but the arm was now in contact with here, and she was a bit facing down. It comes in here. It also penetrated the head of the deceased.
The court also heard from Sean Renz, a firearms facilitator. He said Pistorius had a love and enthusiasm for guns. Lead prosecutor Gerrie Nel asked Renz to read out to the court a firearms competency questionnaire that Pistorius himself had completed.
The men came to your house and proceed to break off the burglar bars of one of your windows and enter your house through the window. They go to your lounge and they start to remove your extremely expensive hi-fi. Can you discharge a firearm at them at this point? If you answer yes, explain why. If you answer no, explain why not. What did he answer?
Oscar answered no. Life is not in danger.
So we head into a fourth week of the Oscar Pistorius trial. The prosecution say they will only call another 4 or 5 witnesses, and then it will be the defence's turn, and their likely first witness will be Oscar Pistorius himself.
My gut feeling, and if I'm a betting man, I would suggest that the right thing to do and the safest approach for the defense would be to call Oscar Pistorius to the witness stand. If that happens, then Gerrie Nel will have his day in court with Oscar Pistorius under cross-examination, because only Oscar Pistorius, in my mind, can ultimately convince the court one way or another.
Pistorius claims he mistook Steenkamp for an intruder on that fateful night. This week, the prosecution is expected to get the chance to thoroughly examine his version of events. Dan Williams, CCTV, Pretoria.